Hi there, this is Shauna from the Foiled Fox, and I'm here today with Papertrey ink, featuring one of their new stamp and die sets, but in their inked paper collection. It's called Beautiful Bouquet, and I'll also be featuring the flower pot, which is new, and then I'll show it how you can use it with a gift slider, so you can give a gift card if you'd like. It's perfect for Mother's Day or for anyone that's very special on your list. But let's get started. Here is the stamp set. It comes in, it's a two-piece, and it comes in these wonderful hold and fold storage pouches. I love them. And then here is the matching die set. Then I'll also be using the beautiful bouquet background, and you'll see why I like to have that a little bit later. And then here is the flower pot. It's a two-piece die. And then finally, the gift card slider, which you'll see later as well. So let's jump in and get started. I'm going to start out by working on the flower pot. Like I say, it's a two-piece, and I'm using Aqua Mist cardstock, which is a Papertrey cardstock that matches with all their inks. Look at those luscious colors. They come in all those different colors. And so I'm going to cut that out with the Aqua Mist. Again, that's what this is. And don't worry about the supplies at the end of the video. You'll see a whole list. And so I cut that out, and you see that it's the two-piece. And I'm going to take the matching inks, as I told you. These are Aqua Mist, and I'm going to start out with that. And I'm just going to start blending that around the edges and going towards the center. And I'm going to make sure that I get to that fold because that's actually the bottom of the pot or the vase, however you would like to say it. And I'm using a Post-it note here because I don't want to get my fingerprints everywhere, and that limits that. And so I just move it around with my fingertips on the Post-it note. Helps me hang on to it a little better too. And now I'm going to use Tropical Teal, which is a little darker, and I'm just going to put that on the very edges, not so much towards the center as I did with the Aqua Mist, but I'm just going to darken it on the edges to give it a little bit more depth. And there you can see that one's done. And now I'm going to do the lip or the top of this pot or vase. And I'm going to do the exact same procedure where I'm first starting with the Aqua Mist and then going with it being more of the Aqua Mist and then just a little bit of the Tropical Teal on the edges. I'm just wanting to add a little bit of interest and depth to it. So with that done, I'm going to actually set that aside and let that dry a little bit. And I'm going to start with the stamping these. These are the two stamp two sets that come with this. And they have the flowers and the leaves. And I've put that in the Misty, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And I'm using Bristol paper. That's the Kona Noor Bristol paper. You can use any Bristol paper, or you can use Nina cardstock if you like that better. I just find that the Bristol really blends your inks a little better. But I'm going to start out with doing the large flower, and I'm using Lemon Tart, and I'm going to stamp that a few times and then with the Lemon Tart, and then I'm going to blend on a little bit of Harvest Gold, and you can see I was using my finger to blend that because I don't want any hard edges to show up, and that's where I'm just kind of blending those inks in, and I'm just going to continue to color it. Now I'm not going to show you all the coloring. I'm going to just do these two flowers because you get the idea how this all works. And then and I don't want to have to spend all this time with you. I'm going to get to some other fun stuff. But you can see all the colors that were used in this project at the end of this video. You can actually go there and pause, and it'll be all there. Now this is the die set that goes with it. You can see that I put it on a magnetic panel just so that I can keep them nice and neat. But I'm going to position them all into place, and I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape to hold them there. Now obviously you're probably all pros at stamping. You don't need to do it this way, but in this case I like doing them all at the same time. Now, you can see that there's a couple of dies that are solid here, and if you're unsure where it's going to actually cut, and you don't want to cut off your stamping, is I take a little pencil and I marked, and then I make sure I'm in the right spot. Now you can see I put them all on there and I cut them all out, and I also cut out the background. I'm using one of these backgrounds, and that's from that beautiful Bouquet backgrounds die set, and I'm doing that so that you'll see right here, so that I can give stability and it holds it all together. So I'm going to, this turns out to be quite a lot like a jigsaw puzzle. And I find that starting with the two large flowers and then working from large to small work the best. And I'm using a tape runner here that is temporary in the very beginning, and then it will become permanent as it sets. But it just gives me a little bit of room to move things around. And I do use a, every so often you see there's the X-Acto knife. I'm doing that just to lift up a little bit without damaging the paper and getting all kind of crinkly edges, so that I can tuck things underneath. And it's literally just like a jigsaw puzzle. You're just kind of putting all the pieces where you want them or where they belong. And it's pretty easy to figure out. And I'm just continuing to use the tape runner. You know, you don't need to use a lot of adhesive, because you don't have to do it all over the whole area. It sticks pretty easily, and with this background it holds it all together, which is really a nice bonus. But you'll see with having the background why it's important to have this when you have this gift card slider. Now this, just one quick note, this bouquet of course can be used for many things, and you don't have to use it with the pot, but it works great for the gift card slider. So now I forgot to put the little centers for the little star flowers there, so I quickly did that. And now let's kind of, I'll give you an idea how this all comes together. So that lip, I chose that you can do it with or without the lip, but I'm choosing to use it. And I have the gift card slider here. I cut one of them. And so I'll show you how we're going to put this together. And I'll show you that you can mount it right on the back of this of the bouquet. And for this one, they also have stems, as you can see here. So like I say, you can do a beautiful card and just have this wonderful spray of flowers with the stems. Or you can put the stems on the gift card just to kind of complete it. And that's what I chose to do on this one. Now I'm going to put some adhesive, just that tape runner again, just on the sides, leaving that top open so that I can slide that gift card in. Now you can leave it just like this, or you can use the top to it. I'm choosing to use the top of it, and I'm going to add some adhesive there. And then I'm going to also take a pair of scissors, and I'm going to just slightly open up this opening just to make sure that the card slider goes in very easily. And now that we see that it does, I'm going to put this in position. And it's just going to mount right inside there. And then it creates this wonderful pouch. So that the gift slider just slides right back in. And then you can put the flower display right on top. And then here's the back of it. It's got a very clean finish to it. And I'll show you the slider with the card going in, and what a nice presentation this is. You can also put a sentiment on the back if you would like. And then to complete this, I wanted to put a sentiment on the front, and so I'm using one of the new tags that's available in this collection, and I stamped one of the sentiments that was included in the stamp set. Now this, it needs a rather large envelope, and so there are envelopes that you can get at Papertrey Ink and Ink to Paper. There's 5 of them, assorted ones, so you can see the colors there. And I put this one in the vellum because I loved how the design shone through. And then here is the our project that we completed today. It's so beautiful. I love the flower display, and I plan on using this also in a card where I don't have the pot, because there's so many versatile ways you can use this. And here is the supply list, just as I promised. It's pretty complete, and you can pop over to inktopaper.com or Papertrey Ink and check out all their latest collection. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. It was my pleasure. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.